What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian, and today we're doing something that I've been excited for a while now, which is talking about some cool, premium, unusual tech and accessories for your office or desk setup that I've been very excited about because I am someone who likes to kind of search the corners of the internet for unique pieces that not a lot of people have. And I do that because I think it just brings like a little bit more of a cool vibe to like your space when you have items that a lot of other people don't have. And I say a lot because I'm sure there's thousands of people with these things, but it just makes me feel cooler when I don't see them all over Instagram every day. And weirdly enough, I didn't try to do this, but everything today is like matte black. Didn't do that on purpose. I only noticed when I put everything on a table to take a thumbnail picture, and I was like, wow, I somehow did that. So if you're interested in any of the pieces you see here, stick around. We're gonna talk about all of this and a few more things. Let's get started. So the first piece we're gonna talk about is the iQnix ZX1, and this is a fully aluminum mini ITX case. And the reason that I chose it and that I like it is, I mean, it looks great on the screen, first of all. It's this like matte aluminum black finish. They have a bunch of different colors that I actually really enjoy. If I had like a dual setup, like if I had a dedicated office, the other one that I would have bought is white with like a coral red / pink top. I think that one stands out a lot, and I would have got that one, but just having one, I went with the matte black. And the thing that I like about this, I want to downsize. You can kind of see my current setup over here. The reason I don't like that, it's very like gamery. It was my style 2 years ago, and I've moved on to kind of a more premium style from that. This fits the bill. It's metal, it looks perfect, it's very compact. And like I said, it's mini ITX, so you're gonna have a smaller motherboard and kind of everything's gonna be smaller in there. But the coolest thing about this case, in my opinion, is that the panels just come out. Like that is awesome. Because this is fully metal and there's a set of magnets on the inside of each panel cover or each like panel slot, you basically just align it and then just drop it and it snaps into place. That is super cool on its own. But the other thing is there's actually a lot of inputs on this thing for being a mini ITX case. So just kind of reading here, it has 2 USB 3 ports, a microphone port, a USB-C port, and an audio port up at the front. And of course, it can allow for most GPUs. I've seen, I think a 3090 be put into one of these, but it wasn't recommended. And this actually is the water-cooled version, so you can put an entire water cooling system into this, which is super cool. Storage is a little bit of a problem. You can only put one SSD into this. Of course, you can use NVMe if you want to, but overall, it's gonna be a lot more compact, so you're kind of giving and taking. You're gonna get the smaller, cooler form factor, but you're not gonna get as much room to put things into it. So I plan to do a full build series with this on the channel. I'm basically gonna be taking that bigger computer and shoving it in this, so we'll see how that goes. The other thing is I actually reached out to iQnix to see if we could get anything going for people who watch this video, and they did hook me up with a discount code, so that's gonna be in the link down below. If you purchase anything through that link, you're gonna get a discount on your order. So if you do wanna go get a case, make sure you use that link to get your discount. So the ZX1 can get kind of pricey. I think even with discounts, that unit, it's like the case itself is about $270 with shipping. So the unit can get very expensive. It's a very expensive computer case, and it might not be worth it, but I really wanted that style. But for the next thing, let's talk about something that's not gonna be as expensive, and that's a lamp from IKEA. So this is kind of interesting because it's actually a light from IKEA. And I know I said premium tech, but to me, this is like a very minimal, awesome looking lamp. It's only $15. So quite the contrast from the expensive computer case we talked about before. This light is actually really interesting. So the way that you turn it on is you actually just twist the top and it becomes this like fake light candle beam thing, which just looks super good. I mean, like even when it's off, it still looks super good. And the cool thing about this is you can actually charge it through micro USB on the back, or it actually has a slot for batteries on the bottom. So you can get quite a bit of battery life or permanent battery life if you just plug it in. But yeah, you turn it on by twisting it, turn it off by twisting it. And I just think it looks super good. And for $15, I wanted to include it because it looks expensive, but it's not. Okay, the next thing is really interesting. So it's from Ampere and it's called the Jetpack. Now they did send this over, but I kind of wanted to review it anyways because in my previous video I made about my everyday carry, I've been carrying around the Apple MagSafe like battery pack, and it's been fine. I don't love it. I don't really love anything about it. It's just fine. So Ampere was like, hey, we'll send you our version of the MagSafe battery pack and try it out. And right off the bat, one thing that I absolutely love about this thing is you can actually reverse charge. And what I mean by that is when this thing has charge, sure, you can attach it to your phone like you would a normal MagSafe battery pack. It MagSafe's on, it charges your phone. through wireless charging, and it works kind of just like the Apple MagSafe battery pack would. But the cool thing is that the Jetpack actually has output on the bottom. So if you plug in a USB-C cable, you can actually charge other devices while you're wirelessly charging your phone. This could be there, put a USB-C here, and charge a second device at the same time. Now, the Jetpack also has 5,000 milliamp hours of charging, whereas the Apple MagSafe one has, I think, 1,800. So the difference in capacity in these is very large, but the actual size difference is pretty small. The Jetpack isn't really that much bigger. The only thing I don't like, which of course is just a design choice on their end, I wish this wouldn't have been blue. I like the matte black sleek design they were going for. Everything else, perfect. I just wish this wasn't blue. I don't know. It just doesn't fit my theme of this video. What is the colors? I'm just kidding. It's fine. It looks cool. Now, following that up, Ampere also sent over their Unravel, which I did a review of a similar product before. If you don't remember, I did one basically, it was the same design, a little bit smaller, and it was all white. So it's kind of funny that this ended up being matte black for this video. But their concept is basically the same as all the others in that are 3 pads. You plug it in one spot, which is gonna be USB-C, and it enables all 3 pads to charge wirelessly through any Qi-enabled device. Each charging pad has a 10-watt dedicated coil inside, so pretty decent charging speeds on those. They also have a dedicated Apple Watch charger on the opposite side over here. So if I take out my Apple Watch, I can stick it on there, magnets, hold it in place, and it works. Kind of like a charger you'd expect. The thing I like about these portable chargers is that it's an all 3-in-1, so I don't have to worry about bringing 2 or 3 or 4 different cables. Kind of just does everything for me. And because it has this folding kind of accordion design, it's actually made so there's magnets in the tops of these 2 panels. So it magnets together, turns into an actual stand, so you can take your phone and prop it up. So now your phone has this built-in stand, which is also a charger. Pretty cool. Just like a little integration thing, because it also folds up into a really small form factor just as a byproduct of having that folding design, which I always appreciate. So pretty cool. Ampere, thank you for sending these over. They also did give me a code, so it's gonna be Brian20 for 20% off of any of their wireless charging products. Honestly, like for the price, this Jetpack is really nice compared to the Apple Watch MagSafe battery pack, and it has a bigger charge. So I don't know. I'm a fan of the matte black style. If Apple made a matte black one, maybe I'd like that better, but I don't know. The color really sways me. Okay, next up is actually something that I've been using for a long time now, and from a company that's really reputable, which is Elgato, but I feel like I don't see it that much, which is very weird to me because I love this thing. So this is the Wave XLR, and basically what it is an audio interface, which is technically made for streamers, but in my case it works because they made it for streamers to be able to access things really quickly and easily while they're doing their stream. What this means is, 1, the design is made to be facing outward on a desk, but 2, it allows for really quick interactions because it's made for streamers. So the way that it works is this knob on the front is like your main interaction with the device. So let's say you have it set to the audio setting, your headphones. If you turn the knob left or turn it right, it's gonna turn your volume up and down. And the coolest part about it is there's a LED ring around the knob, which is basically gonna be your indicator of the level that you're adjusting, which to me just looks really cool. I think it looks really nice, but the even cooler thing is you can switch between modes just by clicking in the dial on the front of the device. But the coolest thing, and the reason that I probably will never switch out this interface, is on top, they have a capacitive sensor, and it says mute on top so you can kind of see what it does. But if you're streaming and let's say your XLR is off on the side and you're talking, whatever, someone comes in and wants to talk to you. Before, what I had to do was like go find myself and mute myself or unplug my mic or something crazy because I have an XLR mic which doesn't have like buttons on it to turn it off. All you have to do is tap the top and it mutes you completely. You have no audio input anymore, and all the LEDs around the front will show red to indicate that you're muted. So it's basically like a one-tap functionality for something that I had to do a ton of clicks for before. Now I just tap the top of this and I'm muted. Now, a few other specs about this, of course, it is an XLR interface, so you can't use a USB mic with this, but it also does have 48-volt phantom power if you need it, USB-C on the back to power it, and of course, you can plug your headphones straight into this, so you kind of plug all your audio into one spot, and it controls everything straight from here, which I think is great. You can also change out the faceplates. Of course, I will not, because it has that matte black look to it, which I just think looks really minimal and great. So this has been my main audio interface for like, literally I bought it, I think a week after it came out. I've had it ever since. and I'm probably not gonna switch to anything else. I actually had a few others. I had the Focusrite 2i2, and the thing that I don't like about that, which this fixes, is the audio inputs, like my XLR, they come out the back on this. On the Scarlett, because they're usually made for musicians, which is like sitting on the ground, the XLR inputs come out the front, which I didn't want. I wanted my desk to be clean and not cluttered, and this solved all of that. Great device, would definitely recommend. Okay, so this last item, I'll admit, is a little bit weird, but it'll make sense in a second. So my fiance and I have been working to help her basically start her own coffee business. Right now it's a mobile coffee camper that we rebuilt from like a 1960s camper, and she drives around to different events. So our house is completely stocked with coffee equipment. We have a $2,000 espresso machine as personal ones. Her one in her truck was like $10,000. So we have a ton of this coffee equipment laying around. And this is one that we just really like. One, because Fellow makes really sleek and minimal and good looking products, but two, because it just works really well. And three, because there's a cool Easter egg. So if you don't know, this is basically Fellow's kettle. And what it is a electric kettle that heats up super fast. You just plug it into a wall. You can set a timer, set temperatures, and it's basically just a really nice kettle. So the way that it works is basically you turn it on, you adjust the temperature that you want to brew it to with this knob here in the front, and the LCD display on the other side will kind of tell you all the information that you need to know about what temperature you're setting it to. It's kind of a very basic designed kettle. It does what a kettle should do, but it looks super good and feels really premium. But the even cooler thing is there's an Easter egg. So on the back of the actual kettle plate, where the kettle goes to heat up, there's gonna be a few switches on the back. And one of them is a Fahrenheit and Celsius switch. The other one's just a power switch. But the Fahrenheit and Celsius switch, if you switch it back and forth a few times, eventually the LCD display on the front will let you play Snake using the knob. You'll turn the knob left and right to make your Snake turn left and right. And it's just like a really cool Easter egg, and I really appreciate it on these products because it's such a simple thing that they took a lot of time to design and make look really, really good and feel like a premium product for just what's a kettle. I always really appreciate people who can take simple things and make them really nice, because that shows like real design intuition, and I think it's so great. They didn't sponsor this. I just think Fellow products are really good. I have a ton of their cups and their mugs, and yeah, this is just a really great looking thing that I thought I should include because it's just so well done. And that is gonna wrap it up. That's gonna be everything we're gonna talk about today in terms of our minimal, modern, premium, matte black tech and accessories. I don't know how they ended up all being matte black, but here we are. I really like making these videos, and I wanna do more of them because there's so many things out there that I find really cool, like magnetic wall holders and cooler desk pads and those kind of things. And when I find them, I wanna tell other people about them, and I'm sure some people out there wanna hear about it. So I'll make more of these in the future when I find enough cool products. I don't like sticking random cheap tech into these videos. So not gonna be that common, but I'm definitely gonna do it. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments down below what you think of these products. Leave a comment, subscribe, do whatever, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.